Alright guys, today we're going to be starting a new series on the channel, recreating DBZ manga covers with SH Figuarts. And note that for this series, when I say SH Figuarts, I'm including third-party stuff because I have a bunch in my collection and some of them are actually perfect for manga covers. As I've said before, graphic design is something I really enjoy doing, so this was a lot of fun. And if any of you are interested in what camera and equipment I use, I'll put links in the description. With that out of the way, let's begin. The first cover we'll be working on is Dragon Ball Chapter 219, where you see Goku racing across Snake Way as Vegeta and Nappa give Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo a 3-hour break to give Goku a chance to arrive. For this cover, we'll be needing 2 SH Figuarts figures, not just one, and you'll see why in a moment. The first figure we'll need is the Daima Goku figure. The only reason we need this is for the windswept hair sculpt. Of all the Goku figures in my collection, I think this hair looks the most similar to how Goku's hair looks on the cover. Yes, I could theoretically Photoshop his hair to look exactly like the cover, but I want to keep things like hair more organic if I can, so this windswept hair sculpt was the best choice in my opinion. Unfortunately, for the teeth gritted face sculpt, which we'll need to recreate this cover, his eyes are looking off to the side. And you already know how I feel about eyes looking off to the side. Dude, how can you include 2 yelling head sculpts and they're both looking off to the side? So I will have to Photoshop his eye later, but that shouldn't be too difficult. The next figure we'll need is the most difficult Goku to find at Walmart ever, Lowest Born Saiyan Goku. And I am not exaggerating, I bought this figure from Walmart online like 10 times over the course of several months and never got it. Look at the reviews. You'll see how horribly Walmart handled this figure. And honestly, Walmart online for Dragon Ball figures seems to just be horrible overall. I bought Lowest Born Saiyan and they delivered Daima Goku. I bought Trunks and they sent me a Dragon Stars Vegito. I bought a Dragon Stars Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and my package was lost. Needless to say, I don't really trust Walmart with Dragon Ball figures. But anyways, the reason we need Lowest Born Saiyan is for the body. He has the Turtle Hermit symbol on the front and the King Kai symbol on his back, which we can see prominently featured on the cover. Thankfully, the Daima Goku head sculpt fits onto the Lowest Born Saiyan neck peg with no problems, so we won't be needing any custom neck pegs or sticky tack shenanigans. We'll also be needing some hands from the Lowest Born Saiyan. None of them perfectly match the manga cover, but to me the martial arts pose hands are the closest, so I'll be using those. Now it's time for a lot of people's favorite part, the posing. Sadly, Lowest Born Saiyan can't turn his waist very much, either that or mine is just very stiff, but I wasn't risking breaking this thing, so you can try twisting yours and let me know how that goes in the comments. I don't expect it to go very well, just as a warning. So given the limited waist movement, I had to decide between how accurately I wanted to pose his head versus how much of the King Kai symbol I wanted to show. I think I went with something kind of in the middle. Now it's time for my favorite part, the graphic design. The first thing I did was import the image I took into GIMP and scale it down to more closely match Goku's size on the cover. Making these things a perfect match organically is pretty much impossible because the body proportions used in the manga or anime are almost never the same as the body proportions used for figures. The next step was to remove the green screen. Originally, I was going to do this manually, but I wasn't completely satisfied with it, so I ended up removing it in DaVinci Resolve. I didn't record that part because DaVinci Resolve has a bit of a learning curve, but I think it produced a much better final result. After that, it was time to fix his right eye to make him look forward instead of off to the side. Now imagine if I was making stop motion with this face sculpt. I would have to edit his eye for every frame. Not happening. I think his eye turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Once I was mostly done with the SHF Goku, it was time to edit the background to remove the Manga Goku. Initially, I was gonna manually extend all these lines across the entire background, then fill in behind them with pink, but shortly after I started, I realized that these are probably hundreds of lines and I'd be there for hours, so I did what any hardworking artist would. I went to Pixabay to see if anyone had uploaded any background images with lines like these. Thankfully, I found one by Marius Oberholster. It wasn't an exact match, but it was close enough. So I brought it into GIMP, scaled it down, flipped it, cropped it, and removed the white background. Then I added my own pink background and modified that to suit. Now the lines in the pink background were blocking the clouds, so I merged them and erased the parts that were in front of the clouds. I also decided to remove Goku's belt since it isn't visible on the manga cover, clean his hair up a bit, adjust his saturation to make some of the colors more vibrant, and give the border some finishing touches. So here's the final result, guys. Let me know if you like it. I'm pretty pleased with it, although making this really highlighted for me some of the posing limitations of SH Figuarts. If his waist could rotate better, I'd definitely be able to get a more accurate pose. Anyways, let me know what other Dragon Ball manga covers you'd like to see in SH Figuarts form. If I have the figures for it, then I'll add it to my list. Be sure to subscribe so you get the next installment of this series sent to your subscription feed. And remember, if you see any t-shirts with my name on AliExpress, even if there's a $5 off coupon, those are bootlegs. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.